going on YouTube? My name is Blodree and today we're gonna play Driftwood, which is another visual novel game, so let's get right into this. This had really good rates on Steam and it's for free, so you can always check it out if you feel like. And let's go. Today is a good day. The sound of children frolicking about the adults conversing fills the air, mixing with the aroma of budding flowers and recently cut grass. The sun is radiating warm light onto the grassy-hilled park area, and the soft rolling breeze inspires the field of green to sway and dance rhythmically. Jeez, that was a hard word. Groups of people sit around wooden tables and talk amongst themselves, while others lie and unwind on blankets, letting the stress of their lives leave them for a short while. It's a perfect place to play soccer or football or take a cat nap. Cool. Or like me, you could be waiting to meet with a special someone. Ooh. I've been prepping for this day for what it seems like weeks. Waiting, thinking, contemplating, wondering how I should greet her, what the first thing we will talk about will be. I've since formed a list of questions to ask if the conversation lags. Although I don't know, matter how hard I memorize the questions, I forgot them the moment we begin to speak. That's just how it is in real life as well, so she has that effect on me. The concept of love is gut-wrenching if you really think about it, especially for someone my age. I never had a girlfriend and I'm going to be senior in high school next year. Yeah, I know, sad, right? Yeah, kinda. This feels like my last chance to have a relationship before being swept off into the real world. A small buzz from the phone in my pocket catches me slightly off guard, having been overthinking the whole situation again. I pull the phone out, shading it with my palm as I look down to read the text message. Mom, have a good date, sweetie. I hope you have a great time. Oh, my mother can be such a pain sometimes, always checking up on me and making sure everything is going well. Yeah, mine too, actually. Overprotective is an understatement. Yeah, I sigh, deciding not to answer. Instead, I flick through my history of messages, rediscovering the text from the night before. Mikayla, tomorrow at 2 p.m. near the State House. Mikayla? Is that the girl or my mom? I glance down towards the time on my phone, but the sound of my name coming from a familiar voice makes me freeze. Marcus? Oh, that's the girl. Oh. My heart thumps a little faster as I turn as smoothly as possible. Aww. Mikayla stands a few feet in front of me, blue eyes meeting my own gaze as we stare at each other clumsily. It takes me a few moments to realize I need to say something, and by then my cheeks are already heated red. Hey, how are you? My voice cracks at the very end of my sentence, and I feel like I'm just being prodded with a hot iron. For Christ's sake, pull it together. Mikayla doesn't seem to mind my voice cracking towards a high pitch. Instead, she smiles at my embarrassment. Oh, I'm doing alright. You? I'm feeling pretty good. She offers me a small smile and looks around, admiring the park's atmosphere before taking a deep, relaxed breath. Jesus. So, where did you want to go first? Oh my god, I need to use my girly voice. I tilt my head slightly to the side and scratch the back of my neck as I try to remember where in all hell I planned for us to go first. I spitball the first thing that comes to mind, which was an ice cream cart I had passed a few minutes prior. I was thinking maybe we could go grab lunch and get ice cream from somewhere nearby, maybe in either order. That sounds good to me. I'm not slightly relieved that she seemed to agree with me. Yeah, she seemed pretty happy. I retraced my steps from earlier, now I accompanied by Mikayla. Mikayla, the only girl who ever showed any interest in me aside from asking for help with homework. And here we are, on a date, getting ice cream. So classic. It sounds lame, but I can't help but smile to myself in disbelief. We ordered 2 cones, one chocolate and the other vanilla. I've always despised chocolate ice cream. I have no idea why, because I'll eat chocolate bars or candies without any repugnance. Okay, that was a hard word too. But the moment it became a cold, melting solid, it makes my mouth taste sour just thinking about it. Ugh. Ugh. I keep my opinions to myself though. She's welcome to enjoy what she likes as long as she doesn't make me taste it. After a moment of silence, Mikayla turns to me with a puzzled expression. So, how come you never told me you liked me before? It's not girly enough, man. It's not girly. Okay, the question is a little blunt, but I'm forced to answer. I know Mikayla since freshman year and we've always been friends, hanging out and doing stuff with our friend group and such. But over the past few months I started to develop feelings for her. I was just nervous, I guess. I don't like the thought of being rejected. Well, I mean, who does? No one, I guess. True, but what made you think I'd reject you? Oh my god, I'm such a bad voice actor. Jesus. Poor self-esteem, I guess. I never really got anywhere with talking to girls. That's silly. I just like talking to anyone else. We talk all the time. Doesn't really feel that way, but I know what you're saying. Mikayla sighs distantly and shakes her head. I think you're too down on yourself. You're not bad looking and you always seemed like a nice guy. She's so sweet. Jesus, give me that girlfriend. She pauses and smiles up at me, reaching over to delicately loop her free arm around my own, pulling me to her aside. Besides, I said yes, didn't I? Isn't that enough proof that you have a chance with girls? True. I wouldn't go on a date with you if you didn't actually think you were a cool guy. I nod nervously. The feeling of Mikayla's body pressing gently into me is more than enough to reassure me in my doubts. At least on the inside. If you say so. I cough to clear my throat and look towards Mikayla with an still uncertain look. So, want to go grab lunch uptown? Mikayla, unfazed by my uncertainty, simply tightens her arm around mine, smiling. Sure, I didn't get a chance to get breakfast today, so I'm pretty hungry. Sounds good. My throat, Jesus. We step out of the green fields of the park into the hustle and bustle of the city streets, which are congested with people walking, biking and driving. Okay. We wait at the crosswalk, looking at our ice creams and watching humanity go by person, each living his or her own intricate lives, separate from anyone else, yet ultimately connected. And here I am, standing on the side of the street with my girl of my dreams. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration, but I do really like Mikayla. I was so worried about actually trying to make this work, but in reality everything is going stupendously at least for a first date. The crosswalk signal flashes white as we cross the street and turn, making our way down the sidewalk towards a section of Boston we both know has a lot of good restaurants. It's hard to read, man. Jesus. We finish our ice cream and cut down a side street of the main road to shave a few minutes of the walk. We could even beat the lunch rush hour if we hurry. So, what you're feeling like for lunch? I'd say we have a little time before everyone is out grabbing food. Nothing too crazy. Maybe just... what? Her voice is cut off by the nearly ear-rupturing sound of gunshots in the building ahead of us. 4 repetitive shots pop that make my body cringe. Mikayla's body has the same reaction as she falls silent, eyes wide with terror and curiosity. The street is eerily hushed for the next few moments, making my skin tingle and shiver with suspense. A group of 3 men step out of the building into the cement blocks of the sidewalk with a hurried pace. The men are wearing ski masks with body armor strapped across their chests and legs. 2 of them carry briefcases and dive into car parked parallel to the building. The last figure, also wearing a mask, bolts out of the building and pulls salt wave from the entrance to the vehicle. He glances up the sidewalk and then in the other direction where his eyes met ours. Ooh, shit got real. He immediately yells something out in the foreign language I can't understand, to which the man in the car responds. In the masked man's right hand is a pistol, in the left a briefcase. What looks like a cringed dollar bills are caught between the lead from the frame case. I swing in front of Mikayla, arms extended to protect the person who means the most to me. I'd never be able to forgive myself if anything was to happen to her. A bank robbery? Those still happens? Those do actually happen still. All go silent for what seems like an eternity. The foreign-speaking man and the sheriff long gaze watching each other's movements, each small action carefully observed. Each breath I take infects my body with an unbearable amount of stress. Sweat trickles down my neck as I exterminates grow numb. My body is stiff, motionless, aside from my breathing, pulsing with adrenaline as heavy as lead and pumping through my veins like thick syrup. Mikayla, run! I mutter under my breath for Mikayla's run. She only responds with a whimper. But... oh gosh. Before I can say anything more, the sound of police sirens can be heard approaching. In response, the man raises his hand, pointing the barrel of the gun towards our heads. Marcus, tell him to stop! The man's finger tightens around the trigger of the gun. He decided to kill us. Get down! The sound of the first bullet flying by my head is quickly interrupted by the stinging sensation of pain drilling through my left shoulder. Oh! Ooh, ouch! My body jerks back and I'm forced to lean into Mikayla for support as I feel my whole world crumble around me. The echo that rings through my ears from the bullets being fired. The 2 bullets being fired, reverberates after the round already punctured my body. It takes a long while for the sound to dissipate, but once it does, silence settles and my sight fades to black and grey houses. My breathing unsteady and shaken. Well, that went shit. The silence amplifies the pain surging through my body. I feel like screaming, crying for help, making some kind of noise, but nothing comes out. I can't hardly even breathe. I can't do anything. Is this what it feels like to die? The masked man who shot me turns on his heels and runs to the car on the side of the road. Slowly but surely my knees buckle and I feel like the weight of my body squeezing down the joints of my legs against the sidewalk. I collapse. Oh, she's crying. Of course she is, Blodree, you stupid. My gaze rolls upwards with the last ounce of strength in my body to see Mikayla trying to hold me up. A horrified look on her face, tears streaming down her ashen cheeks. Her mouth is moving, probably screaming for help, maybe telling me I'll be okay or begging for me to say something. Yet I can't hear a thing. My strength is dissipating, my body feels numb, my eyes are slowly drift closed as I see black tendrils wavering in my limited vision. My neck goes limp and I manage to catch a glimpse of the blood-coated sidewalk and the street once more. The last thing I see is the car full of men driving away, escaping the scene of the crime. Leaving me to die. Well, that was the first episode of Driftwood, a visual novel. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and let's see if we can hit 2 likes on this video, and then I'll be sure to make the next one for you. I know you want it. Okay, but that was all from me, and I see you later. Goodbye.